another question. First, before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who is submitting questions. If you do not know how to submit a question to me, go ahead and scroll down to the description box, and all of my contact information is there. So without further ado, we are going to get into this discussion. I am excited to answer this question based off of my own personal experiences and what I have learned in interacting with others. So for the original submitter of this question, thank you so much for trusting me with this question. And I hope that something that I share with you helps you to hit the road, travel, and live your best life despite your circumstances. Okay, so let's get to it. The question was, what are some great spring break ideas for couples, for individuals? So I have included couples, individuals, also family and friends. So this video will be divided into 4 parts. I will put the timestamp so that you can skip ahead if a section does not interest you. Okay, so let's start. When it comes to spring breaks for couples, there are so many options, okay? And the options that I am sharing are not based on financial status, okay? There are ways that you can travel on a budget. Even if you have an endless budget, there are ways, there are so many different options and things that you can do and have an absolute blast and make the best of your spring break, okay? So typically, spring breaks are a week long, and so the ideas that I will be sharing are going to fit within that week time frame. Okay, you can stretch them out or shorten parts to fit what is best for you. But whatever you do, please know that it is possible to travel and have so much fun in 1 week that you make such amazing memories that you will want to do it on a regular basis. Okay, so not only am I going to talk about the different things that you can do, but how to plan for it so that it doesn't break the bank. Spring break for couples. You can go on road trips. You can go beach camping. You can do primitive camping. Primitive camping is when you do not use a camper or rent the cabin, but you get the old-fashioned tent, campfire. That's primitive camping. If you're not comfortable going maybe just with your significant other, you can do couples, like double date type camping trip. Those are absolutely fun. So that's a possibility. Beach camping is amazing. There are a lot of beaches that have now limited beach camping, but there are places you can go. You just have to get on Google and do a quick search for locations that you can do beach camping and have a blast doing it. There are all-inclusive resorts. If you are not the type of person who wants to be outside, you want to be indoors and periodically, go outside. If you like maybe the nightlife, you like having activities planned, you may want to include an all-inclusive resort in your spring break plans. You can also find cruises and do expeditions and excursions. They have off-roading where you get 4-wheelers, where you can go visit tourist destinations, you can do snorkeling, you can do all types of things. So if you get a cruise, take advantage of the excursions. Usually there are anywhere from $50 to $100 for the excursion tickets, but they are well worth it, especially when you're docked and you don't really have any other plans. You'll end up in the casino spending all your money. So take advantage of exploring the places that you dock at. Okay. Also, other options are bed and breakfasts, there are so many in the United States and abroad. There are lots in Spain. There are many bed and breakfasts. You just need to find out where they are. And the beautiful thing is, more recently in the last couple of years, Airbnb has come about, and it is an excellent way to identify places to stay as far as lodging, and finding Airbnbs can help you on the path to finding possible bed and breakfast locations as well. So there are also mystery dinners, like whodunit, like murder mystery dinners. Those are great things to fit into your spring break as a couple. It's a off the beaten path type of experience, but you'll get to learn a lot about your partner and a lot about yourself doing a dinner like that. So you get to dress up fancy and all of that. There are reenactments for different things. If you are a gamer, there are reenactments for like you actually dress up as the game pieces. Yes, people do that, and from what I hear, I haven't done that particular thing, but I've heard about it. And for people who are gamers, it can be rather exciting. Okay, so that would include like Comic-Con and that kind of thing if you're into that type of thing. Okay, so you can dress up. Also, any live shows like comedy shows, like older bands, depending on your age, or newer bands, concerts. You can fit so much into 1 week. All you have to do is plan ahead. Again, if you like going outside, being outdoors, there is kayaking. If you're not comfortable, like maybe like river kayaking, you can do. There are lakes, there are canals that you can kayak on for, and you don't have to feel like, oh my God, I'm going to capsize and drown trying to be romantic or have fun. They have life jackets, so you don't have to worry about that. So that is like a good like trip that you can do in just a day. You can go kayaking anywhere based on your comfort level. There are kayaking tours you can do as couples. There are international getaways that you can take where you tour like popular destinations. I know in Paris there's like a library that is like super popular. There are also coastline cruises off of Africa that you can go on, and you port, and then you go on an excursion and you come back, and then you go to the next destination. Okay, so if you are international traveler, those are great options for couples as well. And like on a very basic level, there are step classes, step salsa classes that you can take. If budget is an issue for you, just simply go on Living Social or Groupon, download those apps. I will include those apps down in the description box. Go on there, look for events, either in your local city or, in the next state, somewhere. Do something, okay? You don't want to limit your life to sitting on the couch all of your spring break and doing absolutely nothing and not creating any memories with your significant other, okay? Even if it's just a one-time thing, it'll still be something that you guys will have to talk about and bond over. So that is my suggestion for couples. We are moving into the section for suggestions for individuals during spring break. So during spring break, if you are a solo dolo person, you don't necessarily have a significant other or a lot of friends, you can still travel, and you can do it safely, and you can do it within your budget if budget is a concern. Okay, so do not feel like you have to be limited to not doing anything just because you don't have anyone to do it with. Okay, so some suggestions that I have for individuals. There are meetup groups, for instance, if, like I said, there's kayaking, there are like touring, like city tours and popular tourist destinations that people will meet in groups, and then you can go and travel with the group. And that is locally, on the national level and internationally. So even if you want to explore a new city in another country, you can find travel groups to join with. Okay, you also can meet up for runs if you are into doing 5Ks, marathons, any art gallery tours. There are art gallery tours where you can pay. I know Chicago has like city tour option. That's an option for families and friends as well. But you can meet up with other people who are traveling solo, and some of them are in groups, and then you just meet with them, and it's safe and it's secure. When it comes to lodging, if you're concerned about where to stay, there is couch surfing, there are hostels, there are Airbnbs, there are regular hotels and motels. You have so many different options. Don't allow your fears of the unknown to stop you. There are ways to travel, completely safely alone. So There are also staycations. You can do tours and cruises. There are singles cruises that you can get on. I know Tom Joyner has like a singles cruise. I know that he went off the air recently, but he has, and he may continue to still do those cruises as well. There are also conventions and dance classes. If you have like maybe training you want to do for a specialized field that you're in, or learning a new trade, whether it be business or socially, go ahead and sign up for a convention, pay the ticket, and go solo and have a blast. Okay? Next is my spring break suggestions for families. There are Airbnbs in multiple cities across the United States and out of the country. There are timeshares, there are beach houses that you can rent for the week. There are cabin rentals, park hopper passes for theme parks. There is so much you can do as a family. Also, you would want to ask for recommendations from other families. There are groups on Facebook that are basically traveling families, whether you are a single mom or dad, or a nuclear family, an extended family, combined family. There are so many options as far as family travel. There are cruises, there are expeditions to Africa, to South America, to Middle America, Bahamas. So find out what family recommendations that you can find in those groups and other families that you know travel. Okay, if it's your first time taking your family on a trip, try to start somewhere close and then work your way up to traveling, further distances. You can even start in your own city, where you spend the week traveling to different locations in your city and exploring parts of your city that you have not seen before. Okay, so you gotta start somewhere. It's worth it. If you have small children, they will enjoy it. If you have older children that are teenagers, they will a lot of times enjoy the memory. Make sure you balance it out and make sure it is something that will be fun to them. There are ropes courses that teenagers can participate in that they absolutely would love. So don't be scared to, branch out. You will be surprised at the energy shift and the positivity that could possibly come from just spending that quality time and planning something great for your family. Last but not at all least, spring break suggestions for friends. Okay, where do I begin? If you are, if you have a group of friends who maybe have different alternating work schedules and timing is an issue, find somewhere local that you guys can meet up. There are, short day trips that you can do. There are art and paint, sip and paint ideas. Go on Groupon, find group rates. There are escape rooms you can do. Cooking classes, and even pedaling, like city tours. Like, there are lots of options. You can even club hop on a day if that's what you're into. Okay, if you're not, schedule a shopping trip. There are so many things that friends can do. Over time, I've always wondered why it is that people will stay in the same city and like almost never venture even outside of their own neighborhoods. And when I would ask them, okay, like, hey, let's go on a road trip, they would be like, oh no, I can't do that. And so I would ask why, and sometimes it would be because of money, because of jobs. But a lot of times, I don't really think it is always about that, but feeling like when they go and come back, will everything be safe and secure when I get home? So I challenge anyone watching this video to start preparing yourself to travel if that's what you want to do in your heart. You only live once. Start making plans, get roadside assistance throughout the year so that when you travel, you feel safe. Phone companies like Verizon have it to where you can pay $3 extra a month for roadside assistance. Go ahead and take advantage of that. You will notice that the more you do these small things to prepare to do the things that you want to do in your heart, the more secure you will feel as you branch out and start trying different things as far as traveling. So if you are someone who has not gone anywhere, but you really want to in your heart, like I said, we only live one time. Just find out how to do it and how to do it in a way where you feel comfortable. There is a way. There's just there's just a difference between finding out how you can do it and actually, making that first step. If you're not comfortable driving your own vehicle, there is the option of like Megabus. You can find tickets on Megabus literally for $5. You will have to plan in advance, but the more you plan, the more confident you will feel in making your decision to travel. Okay, so if you are a student, if you are a public servant, if you are a veteran, find out what options you have and what discounts you can get. Also, a lot of jobs, I know jobs like Amazon, even if you work at Amazon warehouse, there are like perks and discounts that you can get, and people don't even know about it, and they probably don't even take advantage of it, because I know with jobs like that, you go and you spend all those hours at work, you just want to go home and you want to fall asleep. Okay, don't forget you have vacation time, and like I said, you only live once, so use it within the parameters of your company's guidelines, so that you are not violating company policy. But look out for yourself as well, because guess what, if you were to drop in the middle of the floor and not be able to be revived, they would find someone to replace you very quickly. Okay, and to have that happen and you have not done the things that you want to do in your heart, it's not worth it. Okay, there are so many people with so many regrets, and when you can find a way to minimize those regrets and live your best life no matter what your circumstances are, you will be happier overall. You'll have a better disposition. You will go into work and you'll be happy to be there, because you know that you have plans far out that have nothing to do with your job. And it makes you not only a better employee, but it creates family bonds and memories that you can't really get anywhere else. So again, thank you for watching this video. If anything I said resonated with you, if you plan on doing any of this, please like, tag, share this video with someone who you think could benefit from it. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Thank you to all my new subscribers. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I look forward to answering questions, and submit your questions. I'm looking forward to hearing more. You guys are doing great, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's me,